Okay. It's afternoon. Okay. My name is Alfred Wegener. I am a student at Embassy Academic School Center. I am a Form 6 student. Okay. Today we are going to discuss about the structure of the Earth. So, Earth is a planet which life exists. And the Earth, it can be clear to us under main two roles, with an outer part and the inner part. So, the outer part is consisting of the atmosphere, and the inner part consisting of the core, mantle, and the crust. So, I start with the outer part of the Earth. So, another name of outer part of the Earth is physical environment. So, the human habitat is comprised of four main layers, which are the atmosphere, the second is hydrosphere, the third is the lithosphere, and the fourth is the biosphere. So, we start with atmosphere. So, atmosphere is a thin layer of gases held on the Earth by gravitational attraction. So, this layer is composed of both abiotic and biotic elements, such as mixed gases, water vapor, dust particles, and living things. And these living things such as bacteria. You understand? You and you. We are going together or not? Okay. The second layer is the hydrosphere. So the hydrosphere refers to all water bodies of the Earth, including all oceans, rivers, and underground water. So this hydrosphere is including all oceans, lakes, rivers, and etc. etc. Do you understand? Yes, do you understand me?
Yes, madam.
Okay. The third layer is the lithosphere. Is what?
Lithosphere.
Yes, lithosphere. This lithosphere refers to the whole solid body of the earth with various land. For example, of this lithosphere, mountains, valleys, and plateaus. So this lithosphere is a whole solid body, like mountain, valley, and plateau. You understand? We are going together. We are going together. Yes. Imagine. Eva. We are going together. The last layer is biosphere. So this is complex zone which comprise all living things. And this it includes the lower level of atmosphere and the upper level of lithosphere and so there are two major zones of atmosphere, which are homosphere and heterosphere.
Madam Nazima. Okay, continue.
Niendelea na
Yes,
hivi
go and continue. Put there.
Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Yeah. Any question? I have a question for my sister. I'll ask the main layers of atmosphere, at least 2. Yes. Yeah. Biotic and biotic. Hetero and homosphere. Heterosphere and homosphere.
Okay, Madam Speaker, have one question.
Yeah.
What is the composition of atmosphere?
Biotic and abiotic.
Okay.
I have a question. Explain meaning of abiotic. Abiotic component is the all living things in atmosphere. Okay, fine.
Okay, my question is say that tell me the percentage of nitrogen gas in the atmosphere.
78%.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, shall continue. Water vapor, these are colorless and odorless in the form of water, which make a perfect mixture. Which other gases, the degree which water vapor is percentage of atmosphere called humidity. Do you know the meaning of humidity? Humidity, there are amounts of water vapor, I think. Water vapor. So the water is odorless and colorless. Do you hear me? Hey, do you hear me? Humidity of primary importance in weather phenomena, as water vapor can condense into cloud and fog. Excess water vapor bring about precipitation in the form of rain, snow, hail, and sleet. When water vapor is present in the hot deserts, water vapor is capable of observing heat which penetrates into the atmosphere. They form the radiant water vapor capable of observing heat of penetrating. The water vapor is formed when the heat the water. Do you hear me? Yeah. Water vapor is formed when you are boiling water and form the water vapor and condenser. In the form of radiant energy from the sun, the earth, and also act the blankets which prevent the rapid escape of the heat from the earth's surface, thus maintain heat budgets. Example for the ocean. If sun rise at morning, the water evaporates and go to the atmosphere. Then you condense and repeat again as rain. Yes. To maintain the budgets, to maintain the heat budget, it supports also. Maybe natural.
Madam, last question. Difference between artificial and natural.
Difference between artificial
Gravity.
Yeah, artificial, only artificial.
And natural different between.
Yeah, artificial, like any.
Ask the question. Why population affect atmosphere? Why pollution affect atmosphere?
Pollution.
Yeah.
Pollution affects the atmosphere.
Yes.
Repeat your question.
Why pollution affect atmosphere?
The question is common. Why you want? The question is it? The question is it? It is the question. I want to help her. You just repeat the question
Again. Why pollution affect the atmosphere?
Why pollution affect the atmosphere? Why or how? Put it how the pollution affect the atmosphere. Somebody to help. Help.
Yeah. Pollution affects atmosphere because there is a type of pollution which is harmful of living things. Example of in Kiswahili mbelewele. Yeah. Mbelewele. Yeah. Mbelewele affect some living things. Example of living things that mbelewele affects beans. When mbelewele down under the ground, they affect the beans. So mbelewele affects the beans.
Okay, thank you. Clap the hand for madam. You understand the mbelewele? He's speaking about the mahindi, mahindi. Those mahindi, if they want to make a operation, there is something like nondo. So those mbelewele, those spores, when the wind is coming,
Yeah.
so the atmosphere can be polluted. That is the madam of the Another question now. Oh, thank you, Madam Speaker. Yeah? Another question. People for Madam Speaker there.
My question is that how many kilometers of troposphere? Yes, okay, thank you.
I want to explain the homosphere. I want to explain the homosphere. Yes. Homosphere is the lowest part of the atmosphere. The process of uniform composition get formed in the atmosphere. I want to. Another question.
Okay, the question is mentioning the rare form of the homosphere.
Layer of homosphere. Layer of homosphere. Number 1, troposphere and stratosphere.
Okay.
Okay. Lithosphere is what is lithosphere? Yeah. What? Okay, thank you.
Okay, good afternoon, my fellow student. Today, I'm here in order to present about geography topic known as structure of the earth. The subtopic called ozone layer. So, the last speaker speech about atmosphere and their layers. So, we can say the structure for atmosphere. There are two layers of atmosphere, which are atmosphere and the heterosphere. So, atmosphere, there are three layers of atmosphere, which are troposphere, stratosphere, and the mesosphere. So, on the stratosphere, the ozone layer it found on the stratosphere. Stratosphere, the ozone layer found within the stratosphere, and it is some referred to the a shield of life. So this ozone layer found out of this class, and when it was standing out of the class, we can see oh like the color like blue color and the others, the ozone layer. The layer is highly concentrated with human and the whole other AC life, and it is set in at altitude about 15 kilometer and ever upward of the about 55 kilometers. This layer serves as a shield protecting by the stratosphere. So, and the Earth's surface from most violent rays and radiation from the suns. So, all understanding the rays of sun have effect of human life. So, this ozone layer they can protect rays of the sun in order to protect the life of the humans and their living things to their world. So, the destruction of this layer by some scientific discoveries has made the intensive ultraviolet rays reaching the Earth's surface to increasing cause global warming, which turning and causing floods to rising the sea level due to the melting. So the writer says that destruction of properties, some the forest, burning forest, or and the hazards for suite of their industry and the hazards. We can destruct the ozone layer and cause many destruction of the human life, and cause the global warming. So global warming was the increasing of hotness above the sea levels. So in this situation, to the left to continue will cause suffering and skin disease, particular cancer, reduction, crop yielding, killing organism, land, water areas. So right there we can say that when the ozone layer can destruct it, it forms or it doesn't or it destructs some properties, and also we can cause disease like skin disease, cancer, and the others. So the ozone layer was finished disease. Also, I can speak another layers of atmosphere. Third layers, mesosphere. Mesosphere. The writer, it can say this mesosphere found on the 48 up to the 80 kilometer above the sea level. This was the said part of the atmosphere where temperature decreases as altitude to increase. The upper limit of size zone is measured with the record is the minimum temperature of this zone that may fall to 100 centigrade, making this wind like making this zone to be the coldest. It is zone where strong upper streams wind the jet stream and expensive. Okay. The writer, it can say the mesosphere, the said layers of atmosphere. These layers not for the other organisms because this layers was a big cold, big hottest, because this layers was related with the sun. Okay, the atmosphere was finished. I'm gonna speak another layers of atmosphere. Another layers of atmosphere, it called heterosphere. Speak loud.
Who is asking the question now?
Thank you. Which organism use heterosphere layers? You say it depends on organism. Yes.
This organism,
Which organism? Because you say homosphere layer, it depends on organism. Which organism depends on atmosphere?
Last speaker can speak about the structure of atmosphere, and he says that there are two layers of atmosphere, atmosphere and the heterosphere. So this atmosphere have divided into three groups, which have troposphere, stratosphere, and the mesosphere. So stratosphere, this is a stratosphere, the organism with live on the stratosphere, and the troposphere and the stratosphere organism lives, and the mesosphere not organism lives, because on the mesosphere as the big hottest.
Okay.
Another question.
I have a question for young brother. Which the second layers of homosphere? Second layers.
The second layers of atmosphere is stratosphere.
Okay, thank you.
My question says, tell me the meaning of the term homosphere.
Repeat it.
Tell me the meaning of the term homosphere.
Definition of mesosphere.
Yes.
Okay. The mesosphere, the study layers of atmosphere where temperature decrease as the altitude increase. Another question.
Okay, my question says that explain the layers of homosphere.
Layers of atmosphere.
Yes.
There are three layers of atmosphere, which are troposphere, stratosphere, and the mesosphere.
Explain.
Okay. The troposphere is the first layer of atmosphere located nearest to the Earth at 0 km up to 15 km, and it is containing water vapors, gas, and dust particles. And the stratosphere is the second layers of atmosphere, which reaches above the tropopause. Okay, the stratosphere is also composed of water vapors, dust particles, and various gases, and within the zone where much the ozone layers. Also, another is mesosphere. So mesosphere, this is the third layers of atmosphere where temperature decrease as altitude to increase.
Okay, thank you.
Another question.
Ask question.
Yes.
Human activities affect ozone layer.
Who?
Human activities affect ozone layer.
Human activities affect the ozone layer, like the industry, pollutions, and the okay, let us to continue to the subtopic. The structure of atmosphere have two layers, which are atmosphere and the heterosphere. So let us to continue to the heterosphere. The writer says that this is the second zones of atmosphere, which divided into thermosphere and the exosphere. This heterosphere, it divided into two layers, which called thermosphere and the exosphere. The lower part of the zone is a thermosphere, where temperature increases with the increased altitude from 100 centigrade to about 500 centigrade at the 5,000 kilometer temperature inversions. This because there is no water vapors or dust particles in this zone above the exosphere. Is found at the very high temperature, so has a little scientific case as not being reached. With the heterosphere, there are also the scientific significance areas called ionosphere, into which there are some of iron which influence the radio waves, its electric charge with the free elections. Do you understand? Any questions so far? No questions. Okay. Thank you for listening me. Welcome another speaker.
My name is Samuel Barnaba. I'm presentation or discuss topic structure of the earth, part of functioning of the atmosphere. Function atmosphere. One or first point, function of atmosphere. Instruction function. Instruction function. Point number one. Instruction function. The atmosphere is the instructor. Atmosphere is instructor. It is active and therefore modest temperature at night or during winter. So we see atmosphere, it is a moderate temperature at the night and during winter. Second point, filtration function. The atmosphere is a filter. The atmosphere is a filter. The atmosphere filter. Solar is a precipitation layer of precipitation length. For example, solar panel used of home. So third point, certificate function. The atmosphere is certificate fed. So fraud, which is a certificate experiment observation are carried out scientific scientific during fluid of atmosphere. Atmosphere. Carry the out. Scientific is during experiment out the atmosphere. 40 point. Hydrological function. Hydrological function. Surface water. Surface water. Hydrologic is mean water. Surface water, evaporation, contraction, and precipitation function take place in atmosphere. So, hydrological function take place in atmosphere. Point number 5. Life support function. Source gas particular oxygen are important for living organism. I mean living things or all living things. I mean used of oxygen gaseous. Oxygen gaseous. Last question.
Okay, have we one questions?
Yes.
So we can speak about the solar panel. So give us the function of solar panel to the life of human being.
Solar panel of using
Function of solar panel.
function of solar panel in human being. First, human being use solar panel. It get lighting. Yes. Second, of function of solar panel for human being. It is cooking and draining of meeting and other crops. Second question.
Okay. Tell me the type of solar panel.
What?
Tell me type of
Type
solar panel.
of solar panel.
Yeah.
Do not understand this question.
Why don't
Your question.
you don't understand my question? My question
I don't know
that
type of
tell me that solar panel. I'm really tell me type of
I don't
you don't
as assistance. I don't know type of solar panel.
yes.
Assistance. Give assistance.
I'm asking you because I don't understand. Yeah.
Not understand the question. Another question.
Can you repeat to explain the insulator?
Function of atmosphere. Insulator.
Insulation.
Yes.
Insulation function. Function of atmosphere. First, insulation function. Insulation function is the first function of atmosphere. The atmosphere is a insulator. I mean it is a bracket. What bracket? For layer of atmosphere is a bracket, and yes, it is a bracket of blue color. So that is your C.
Okay, my question says that tell me one function of atmosphere.
One function of atmosphere.
Yes.
Scientific function of the function of atmosphere, because scientific is going to atmosphere afraid of scientific experiment and the observation card is out of atmosphere.
Okay, thank you.
My question says that on how scientific function are function of atmosphere.
On how scientific function repeat the question.
I say that on how scientific function are function of atmosphere.
Oh, function of atmosphere. Scientific function of atmosphere. Scientific feed. Scientific feed. The source of outside scientific. The scientific experiment observation are carried out in geosphere, and the radio signal is back to the earth. Function of atmosphere, for example, radio signal. Scientific is a source of getting.
Okay, good time.
You finish. The question is you are being asked the question. Next I see there. The mic, please. Put the
Good afternoon, everybody. Once again, I'm fine. How about you? But my name is Iman Steven. I'm here in front of you. I'm talking about the topic of structure of the S. My subtopic to explain today is internal S structure. Internal S structure. What is internal S structure? The cross section of the S show the S surface. the three main of layers to explain the internal S structure. The first layers is mantle, core, and crust. Three main layers of S structure. The first is core, the second mantle, the third is crust. I'm going to explain the main layers of S structure. The first layer is core. Core, for another name, is barosphere. Barosphere. Barosphere, the another name of core. Core, this is the innermost part of the earth made up to different iron. This part to explain the core, okay? The inner part, most of S structure. In the S made up the S surface. This part is of great density and because of great heat and pressure. The S structure to the layers of core. This is the part to great density and pressure of S structure or S form or S structure. Understand? Yes, okay. Another main layers of S structure is the mantle. For another name is mesosphere. Another name of mantle is mesosphere. This is the center part of the S between the core and the crust, which is made up of dense igneous rocks in iron, in manganese, silicates mantle in denser than crust of the S surface. This is center part of the S between the core and the mantle. For another name of mantle, to say the mesosphere, which made up to denser in igneous rocks up to manganese in silica in the S surface. The mantle, it is the denser that crust in the mantle between igneous rocks and the iron and the magnesium. The mantle and the core and separated by a layer called Gutenberg. Separated of core and the mantle between the core and the mantle or mesosphere is called Gutenberg. Gutenberg, it discant below the mantle their layer. It calls the mantle and the core. There are two layers, mantle and core. The one name of these layers, it is called as the ionosphere, which is the plastic in nature responsible for the S surface. You understand? Yes. Another main of the crust, layer of the crust, is the crust. For another name, the crust is lithosphere. You understand the another name of crust? Lithosphere. This is the outermost part of the earth, which are the things about the 6 to 14 kilometers, and its larger composed the another main layers of the S crust, of the S structure, to see the crust or lithosphere. The kilometer of crust or lithosphere, it is 6 and 14 kilometers. You understand the kilometers of crust or lithosphere? 16 to 14. There are the crust main of layers of the S crust. To see the types layers of crust, the first type is cyma and sio. Cyma and sio. I'm going to explain the types of crust or lithosphere. The first type is cyma. This is the layers of silica and magnesium. It is a continued layer with form oceanic floor or underground to contain the block, the layers of crust or lithosphere. To see the cyma and the sio. Cyma, it is a ridge of igneous rocks of lithosphere. The rocks are basaltic in nature, hence basic due to high metallic minerals contain the cyma and also the lithosphere. For this type or for this layer of crust or lithosphere, to see the layers of cyma. To say the cyma is the layer of salt of magnesium. It contains the another layers or another type of crust or of lithosphere. Another type is sio. Sio, this is the outer layer which form the continent and decompose of sulfur and aluminium composed in made up of the rocks. To see the type of crust, the first type to see the cyma, to say the layer of silica and magnesium. If you see the sio outer layer, which is the form of continent in composes the silica and aluminium. Compose it's made up, to see the type of crust, to see the sio. Sio, it is chronic in rocks to silica in aluminium. It is the silica in aluminium. Silica in aluminium. Silica and aluminium to compose the cyma, the silica and the magnesium. To compose the larger composition or proportion of silica and aluminium. If you have understand this topic, go to your book to see the structure of this. Okay? To understand very, very good. I am to conclude of this topic. I'm finished to conclude of this topic. Too many of a question.
Okay. I have a one question. So
Okay.
tell me the meaning of the term seal.
What?
Seal.
Seal. Meaning of seal.
Yes. Osayo.
Osayo.
Yes.
This is the outer layer of the part to form the continent of the silica and the aluminium.
Okay, thank you, madam.
Okay. Another question?
My question says that give another name of mantle.
Of mantle.
Yes.
It is mesosphere.
Yes.
Okay. Another question?
My fellow have one questions. Says that give the component of resource sphere. Two component of resource.
Mesosphere. Component of resosphere. It is the cyma and sio.
Okay.
Another question? Continue.
Madam,
Okay. Yes.
question. Difference between style and sin.
Cyma, it is a layer of silica in magnesium. And the sio, it is silica in aluminium. I'm finished. Someone have another question?
Thank you.
Someone have a question?
Give me the function of cyma.
Of cyma.
Yeah.
Function of cyma.
Yeah.
Function of cyma to continue the layer which the continents of S crust or S surface.
What?
Cyma, it is contain. It is contain the layer which form the igneous rocks or S crust or S structure.
Means for contain means prevent or
Contain of layer which part of the igneous rocks.
Okay, madam.
thank you.
Okay, another question. I am concluded for this topic. Goodbye.
Are you finished? Yes.
Okay, now the second or another session is tomorrow in the morning. The following part number one. But we have the question here at the end. Baada ya hii mada, at the end we have the question here. I've described the review question. This one here. Review question. There are two questions. Number one and number two. Tomorrow in the morning tunakuwa na test. Asubuhi kesho mapema kama ya leo. Maswali yako mawili hapa kwenye hii mada. Kwa hiyo jiandae. But after test now we have this subtopic. Ambao number one tutaanza kama ifuatavyo. Andika sehemu yako. Materials of the acid crust. Ambapo atakayezungumzia the concept of this crust yote hii hapa. Number one, aliyekuwa number one nani? Tutaanzia hapo. Material of this up here. This one here. Number two, classification of the rocks. Alikuwa nani? Number two, you shall speak on the classification of the rocks here, ambapo utazungumzia vizuri mambo ya igneous rocks, igneous rocks, intrusive igneous rocks, up to here. The third one, the next one, ataanzia hapa kwenye extrusive igneous rocks. Paka hapa. Why igneous rock refer to the mother of the rocks. The next one will be from here, sedimentary rocks. Sedimentary rocks, the first one. Sedimentary rocks. Category of sedimentary rocks. Sedimentary rocks and the characteristics of sedimentary rocks here. That is the first one. The next one will start from the categories of sedimentary rocks. Category of sedimentary rocks. Those categories shall explain them after this one here. Tumeisha? Bado? Next one, you will start from metamorphic rocks. Metamorphic rocks up to the examples of metamorphic rocks. Number 6, examples metamorphic rocks. Sasa ujichanganye. Ufike mahala wewe useme mimi sijui kitu gani. I don't know my part. Unaona huyu alikuwa akasema unaishia hapa. Make sure you have the question to ask the question. But also make sure even the parts that you are not concerned with it, you are not presenting it, but make sure you go and blend it. Isome. Read it carefully, because at the end of the topic you are going to have the question or the test, review test. Hasa tukifanya test alafu hujasoma ndio. So make sure you have all the notes and make sure you read one part after another. Read it carefully, hata kama sio sehemu yako. But make sure if your friend is presenting, make sure that part you pass through it in order to get the concept to answer the question. Uliza swali, ujibiwe na uelewe. You fail to understand, tell the speaker to repeat. Understand? Now this is the time for lunch. Tunakwenda kwa ajili ya msosi. Use it just half an hour. Nusu saa tu. Kwa wale ambao tunakuwa huku,
Mtatuchelewesha. Basi nitoe saa 1. Saa 7 na dakika, saa 8 na nusu tukutane hapa. Kwa tule chap na nyinyi mnaandaa kwa mkijiandae chap. Saa 8 na nusu tukutane hapa. Sawa kwa ajili ya vipindi vingine vinavyofuata.